Hey guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel. Now today, and with the assistance of my partner, we are going to be unboxing this 65-inch LG GX or G10 OLED. And once we have got this TV out of the box, what we're going to do is show you guys around the TV, show all the inputs and outputs and whatnot, have a look at the supplied accessories. Then we get the TV wall mounted and I'll give you guys a little demonstration which will include a little sneak peek of what this TV is like with either the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. Now many of you guys would have heard of maybe the B10 or the C10 OLED from LG, but not many hearing about the G10 or GX. So the G on this model stands for gallery. So what sets this apart from, say, the C10? Well, really, when it comes to picture quality, nothing at all. It is purely down to the design of the TV itself. Now the C10 or the B10 as well will be very, very thin, so it's almost like a sheet of glass at the top, sort of 2/3 of the screen, and at the bottom half then it will be very thick, which will house all these speakers and all the inputs and outputs. Where on the gallery TV, it is more a uniformed thickness throughout the whole of the TV. And I'm guessing the inputs and outputs are going to be slightly different arrangement on this TV, because this TV is designed to be like a piece of like artwork as such and go very flat up against the wall. And it achieves this by supplying in the box a like no gap wall mount, but it doesn't come with a stand. So this is purely designed to go up on a wall. Now, what other key features are there with this TV? Well, talking from personal experience with my LG C10 OLED, they have got absolutely amazing viewing angles, amazing picture quality, and second to none black levels. Then you have got this remote control, which is by far the best remote control I've ever used with a TV. And then you've got the amazing connectivity. Now, if you're going to be buying one of the PlayStation 5s, the Xbox Series X, then you're going to be wanting to take advantage of 4K 120 or HDMI 2.1. Well, I'm pleased to say that this TV does support HDMI 2.1, but not just one input and not two. It actually has 4 that are all HDMI 2.1, which is great news. So you can plug in both consoles and you've got room for anything else in the future. Now, as well as that, we have also got G-Sync, we have VRR and auto low latency mode. So again, really good for you gamers. And finally, we also have Dolby Vision, but not just normal Dolby Vision. It is Dolby Vision IQ, and I speak from personal experience with this. I've tested it out, and trust me, it is really, really good. Now, I've got some great news for you guys, because in conjunction with the guys at box.co.uk, we are going to be giving away a 55-inch Samsung Q95T to one lucky viewer of the channel. And if you would like to enter that giveaway, then I'll be leaving a link in the description where you can go and check out all the terms and conditions and enter. So please go check it out. Now, if you're not fortunate enough to win that giveaway and you are still looking for a TV, then please go and check out the link in the description to the guys at Box. Now, they've got some great incentives to encourage you to buy from them, such as if you were to purchase this LG OLED, you could take advantage of a free 5-year protection plan, and they also price match all the major competitors. Also, they offer up to 36 months interest free, and for TVs over 40 inches, they offer free delivery with Arrow XL's white glove service. So please go and check out the link in the description to the guys at Box. Moving on now then, and we're going to take some measurements of the box, just in case maybe you want to go and pick up one of these TVs and put it in the back of your car, or maybe you want to store the box somewhere. So we'll start off with the, he says, the longest measurement first. My partner just helped me there. So we are looking at 158 centimeters or 62¼ inches. Then the depth is 17 centimeters or 6¾ inches. And finally the height is 96.5 centimetres or 38 inches. Right, let's get this bad boy unpackaged then. And as I said in my other video, I do love unboxing all these TVs. It is such a pleasure to do. Unfortunately, I don't get to keep them all. I know a lot of you guys think they're all my TVs, but majority of them are just tested out and then returned to the guys at the box. So what have we got here? So, well, we've got an accessory box there, which we will have a look at in a minute. Then we have our wall mounting bracket. Now, I just want to point out that we have got our own wall mounting bracket just there, as you can see. So I will not be fitting this like no gap wall mount because, like I said, this TV will be going back, so that gives the opportunity of the potential buyer to open that themselves. Plus, it wouldn't really make sense for me to keep sort of drilling holes in the wall every time we had to put a new TV up, because we wouldn't have a wall left, to be honest. So we're just going to use my own bracket for that wall mounting today. And we get a first look at that TV. And it's at this point that I'm going to have to call upon the assistance of my beautiful partner to give me a hand to lift it out of the box. Right, let's take a look at the back of this TV then. And as we can see, it is very thin indeed. And as I explained earlier, it's like a uniformed thickness over the back, so no large step like on the other models. So here we have our power cable just there, which I'll measure in just a second. But once again, it is fixed, which I am not a fan of, if I'm being totally honest. We've got a cutout there, which looks like that's going to be for our no gap wall mount. We also have at the bottom of the TV, we've got one button there, so that's going to be like a multi-function button. So once you've lost your remote control down the back of the sofa, you've got that to fall back on to control the TV. Heading on up a little bit, and we've got these like cable tidy little plastic flaps there, so you can route your HDMI cables through and keep them nice and flush to the TV. Moving on to the inputs and outputs, we've got our satellite there and antenna cables, LAN, and those 4 HDMIs, which as you can see there, 4K at 120 Hertz, and number 2 being eARC. Moving on round to the side, and we've got 3 USBs and a card slot. Now I've gone ahead and measured up that power cable, and I am pleased to say that it comes in at a healthy 187 centimetres, which is in fact longer than what you get with the B10 or C10, as they only measure at 150 centimetres, so not complaining about that. Now I'm going to move on and measure up these other wall mounting bracket holes just here. We've got 4 of them obviously. These are for just a separate wall mounting bracket, so maybe your own one, not the one that comes included with the TV. So going from bottom to top, we are looking at 30 centimetres or 1 foot by 30 centimetres again or 1 foot. Now from the bottom of the TV to that bottom wall mounting bracket hole there, we are looking at 21 centimetres or 8 1/4 inches. From the top hole to the top of the TV, we are looking at 31 centimetres or 1 foot and a bit. And to the outside of the TV, we are looking at 57 centimeters or 22.5 inches. Next, let's take a look at our accessory box then. So it's break that seal there and see what we have inside. So we've got all our literature there, instructions, so on and so forth. Half a rainforest worth there. So we've got our, I think that's our IR blaster, which plugs into the back of the TV. And then we have our magic remote, plus a set of batteries there. And this remote, like I said, is absolutely amazing. I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a fan of the design. I feel it's a bit cheap feeling, and they could have designed it a little bit better. But when it comes to the functions of it, it is spot on. Wouldn't you agree with that? It's really, really good. Yeah. Because it acts like a sort of a Wii remote control. So it's like a magic pointer on the screen. You just wave the remote around and the pointer on the screen just follows where you're pointing the remote to. Really, really good. It just speeds up things like inputting, say, details like an email address or logging into something. Just so much easier when you're searching for things as well. We've got some shortcuts there. Got a little scroll wheel, and when you push down on that, that is also your enter button. So yeah, a really, really good remote control. Well, the time has finally come to remove the protective film from this beautiful TV. So we've got a pull tab on that side, a pull tab on this side, but I'm going to go from this side for a change. Normally go from the other one, but mix it up a bit today. And it never gets boring doing this. It's just so satisfying. I mean, you have to pay thousands of pounds to literally do this. It's crazy, really. There we go. Right, so we got the TV all set up now, and just look how clear that is. It just looks absolutely amazing. Now I'm going to start off by showing you guys around a few of the menus and that, and just going to get up the main home page there by pressing the home button. And as you can see, the magic remote has sprung into life there. So as I wave the remote control around, we've got that pointer on the screen, and it just makes things just so much quicker. Sort of, you know, scrolling through this sort of home menu there, I can just swipe over and go through all the different apps and whatnot, the catch-up services. It really is just so handy to have. And once you've tried it, I'll tell you what, going back to a normal remote control just feels really a big step backwards, and you know, you're sort of like clunking through the buttons when you're selecting stuff, which you can do on this if you so wish, which, you know, might be a bit more precise for some, but I do like to use that magic pointer. Now, just having a look at some of the pre-installed apps and catch-up services. Now, these will all depend on where you are in the world, but I'm here in the UK, and we get things like Now TV, Netflix, BBC iPlayer, ITV Hub, Prime Video, Disney Plus, and one of my favourites, Apple TV. Now, just a bit of a tip for you guys. Apple TV quite often have sales on where you can pick up 4K HDR movies really cheap, but a lot of those movies are in Dolby Vision, and of course, as I said earlier, this TV supports Dolby Vision, so it's a great way to, you know, build up a library and some great content to show off that new display. Now, with this home menu, you can add and delete those apps off or rearrange them to whichever way that you want. But as you may have seen, when I highlight any of these catch-up services, it brings up a sub-menu above, which gives you some suggestions of content that you may like. So let's say I'm on Prime Video, I can simply push up and quickly jump into one of those movies or whatever it may be, which is great because it saves you having to go deep into the actual app itself. Now let's take a look at the main settings menu on this TV then. So what I'm going to do is get the remote, do a long press on the settings button on the remote just there, and that brings up our main settings page. So we've got our picture, sound, programs, connection, general, accessibility and support. Now if we click on the picture there, we can see all the different modes. So we've got vivid, standard, eco, cinema, sports, game, HDR effect, filmmaker mode, expert bright room and expert dark room. Now if we come back out of that, we'll head on into the sound options. So we've got Dolby Atmos there. And then we've got our different sound modes. So we've got AI Sound Pro, Standard, Cinema, Clear Voice, Sports, Music and Game. Next up we have a piece of my very own 4K demo footage, as you can see just there. So if we get this playing, and that looks absolutely stunning, that does. Just turn up the volume a little bit. And show you guys the viewing angles on this TV, which are just unbelievable, I think.
Again, all this.
We'll just turn that out a little bit.
With people, the tables out, yeah, it's just...
There we go.
Yeah,
and let's show you, probably easier if I go around this other side, the thickness of that TV from the side there. If I put the remote control as sort of give you a sense of scale there.
If you want to come on down for sense to eat or drink.
But it is just such a beautiful picture on these TVs. You have got to see it in person. You know, watching it through the camera, yes, it will still look good, but it really doesn't do it justice. Please go and, you know, check one out in person if you are thinking about buying one of these. But unfortunately, if you do go and view one, then I cannot be held responsible for what damage it's going to do to your bank account. Really, that's just that is absolutely mint. Love it. Just like it is on my C10. So, you know, it's no surprise, really, how impressive it looks. I'm going to just knock off the lights for a second. And this footage was just shot on my mobile phone, Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So you can imagine with even better quality footage, it's only going to look even better again. Right, as you can see, we've got Astro's Playroom up and running on the PlayStation 5. Now, all the sound that you are going to be hearing is from the TV, if I just show you guys there. And picture mode at the moment, I've just got it in the standard game mode, HDR, no adjustments whatsoever to that picture. And that looks really, really good. And I do know for a fact, once you tweak the settings, you can really make the picture look even better, especially for gaming. Now, the reason why I'm showing this is because I showed this game on one of the Samsung TVs that I've just recently unboxed, and I thought it'd only be fair to show the same game. So, if you're thinking about maybe buying that other Samsung TV, it's the Q95T, then you know you've got something to go on to compare game-wise. Now, don't fear, because I will be testing out all the latest and greatest games on both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, such as Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, new Spider-Man game, and many, many more. So keep an eye out for those, and they'll be tested out on both this and that Samsung Q95T. So again, amazing viewing angles there. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. And what have we got on sound? So we've got AI Pro, Standard, Cinema. Where's the game one? So that's on game at the moment. Personally, I'd probably just have it in Standard myself. And I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. What do you think it looks like, mate? Think it looks good? Yeah? But then you're pretty spoiled because you get to watch or play the games on the LG C10 most days of the week. So, you know, he's a bit spoiled really. Get him to play on both those consoles, you know, on such a nice TV, you know, every day when he gets home from school. Well, anyway, hopefully that has given you guys just a bit of a taster of what to expect with gaming on the LG G10 and the PlayStation 5. Well, there you have it then, guys. Now, don't forget, if you'd like to enter that giveaway, then go and check out the link in the description for all the terms and conditions and how you can enter. Now, if you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, including those gaming tests with this LG OLED and the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, also the Samsung Q95T with the Xbox and the PlayStation, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell icon, because otherwise you will not be notified of my latest uploads. So, thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.